Hello friends and welcome back. Today I want to bring you along on a typical morning in our house and give you sort of like real life look at how I use some of the productivity tips that I've talked about in past videos and share some other simple little tips that I use along the way to help me make my days just a little more productive as a working mom of a 1-year-old and with a new puppy. So let's get started. So on this day, my day started around 4:45. I got up and the first thing I do is let Olive out. She's our new puppy and we're potty training her. I don't get up this early every single day. I typically get up early about 3 or 4 days a week, so I have some time to work. The first thing I like to do is just give my face a splash of water, throw on a little skincare, just makes me feel a little more awake and refreshed, and then obviously I make my morning coffee. And while that's brewing, every morning I pour myself a glass of water. Our brains are something like 70 or like 80% water, and a whole night's sleep without water dehydrates them. So I find that a glass of water first thing just helps to like jumpstart my head, and it helps me think a little more clear. And then I just head into the living room, and I usually have at least an hour of time to work before Miles wakes up. So I work on editing YouTube videos, writing blog posts, responding to emails, whatever sort of stuff needs to get done. Right around 6 o'clock, Miles wakes up, so Olive and I finish up our work and we head upstairs to get Miles out of bed. First thing we do when Miles is awake is we head downstairs and we get Miles just a little breakfast and a cup of milk. Put the top on the milk. Kiss. Thank you. How about a little piece of toast? Good job. Can you put the top on for me? Thank you. Thank you. While Miles eats his breakfast, I empty the dishwasher. We run this every single night. Now what I used to do is just fill our sink with dirty dishes throughout the morning, and then I would empty and fill the dishwasher during his nap. But I realized that having all that stuff piled up in the sink was kind of bugging me. It was making the place seem messier, and I also hated not having the sink open if I needed it for something, and so what I started doing is emptying the dishwasher first thing in the morning. I've just made it a habit. I do it when he eats his breakfast, and this way I can just pop stuff into the dishwasher all day long instead of doing it once a day. And I actually really like the shift in routine that I've done because it keeps my sink empty and the kitchen just feels so much more tidy. All right, well, Miles is still just finishing up eating. I throw a tiny bit of makeup on my face just so I feel ready for the day. This is my ride or die CC cream right now. This stuff is so amazing. I love it because it gives a pretty good even coverage. I feel like it just looks like a face filter when you put it on your face. It also has SPF 25, but it doesn't feel like a lot of CC creams in the sense that it's not like sticky or tacky at all. It literally just feels like you're putting like a velvety lotion on. And if I get nothing else on my face, at least I get this on my face and I just feel like it just evens out my skin. This is one of my other ride or die products. It is the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and this thing sets everything to just look beautiful. It's just amazing. And if there's time for nothing else, my motto in life is just more mascara. Just lots of mascara. Somehow it makes you look like you got your stuff together. Good job, put it in the sink. Good boy. There you go. Let's go play. Once Miles is finished with his breakfast, we head into the living room for about an hour of playtime. Miles loves to listen to Pandora, so I typically put that on and we just kind of chill together for an hour. Are you stealing my camera? Hey! Hey! Are you stealing it? Are you stealing my camera? No camera stealing. Miles is obsessed with my camera, which is why it makes filming videos with him difficult right now. Yeah, you love the cameras. Your favorite toys are very expensive things. Cameras and computers. Now at some point during our hour of playtime, I usually sit down really quick to do a brain dump of stuff that I just want to get done. It's something that I call the nap time hustle. It's just a little scrap of paper that I write on throughout the morning of stuff that pops into my mind that I want to get done. That way when Miles goes down for his nap, I can grab my list and I can just get going right away. Okay, so I just want to show you really quick a little bit of how my planning looks. So I typically have a monthly to-do list, and I have some of this blurred out just because it's upcoming content that I don't want to give away to you guys. But I have work stuff on here and personal tasks that I want to get done this month. And then each week I have a running list of stuff I want to get done too. And so sometimes I will just brain dump onto this list of stuff I know I want to get done this week. I find that having a master month and week list is actually really helpful for me because you can only get so much done in one day. My master list helps keep tabs on like my bigger tasks, and then each morning I usually will identify exactly what I want to tackle during nap time and create my nap time hustle, and then whatever doesn't get done that day just gets pushed to the next day. You guys just checking it out up here? See, it looks like it's going to be a nice day out today. It looks kind of gray on camera, but it's actually really nice and sunny out. What do you think, Olive? This is our little front porch nook. We're actually getting a sofa, patio sofa to put here. We'll probably order it this month. We picked it out last year. We just installed this little fence so we can hang out here with Miles and Olive. All right, I'm gonna get dressed. I try to put clothes out for myself the night before. I mean, it's like I'm basically changing from pajamas to pajamas and putting on leggings. But I try to put my clothes out the night before so I can just get changed into something, especially because Monday, Friday, and Sundays are days that Michael gets to sleep in, so I don't like to go up there and bother him on a sleep in day. So I try to put an outfit out for me so I'm ready to put real clothes on if I need it. Okay, so I got myself dressed, I got Miles dressed, we brushed our teeth, which I would have brought you along on, but trying to film and brush a toddler's teeth and get them dressed would have been hard. It's just kind of madness. Also, in the middle of it, I realized Olive had to go to the bathroom and I had to like pick everyone up and run downstairs and put her outside because potty training is fun. But now we're just gonna go outside and play outside a little bit. Like, what is this? I think we're gonna go for a walk. I need to stop at the hardware store for some spray paint. And then our local coffee shop has been closed for all of quarantine, but they just reopened for like social distancing. Like you order it ahead and then they leave it for you. So I think it's cool that they opened back up and I definitely want to support them. And obviously I wanted to go coffee because I haven't had one in 7 weeks. I think it's 7 weeks. First I want to get the stroller cleaned out because we used it yesterday. We were like all over the place. Yesterday was Sunday and it's just a mess and it needs to be cleaned. So we're gonna do that. We're all packed up. Got my face mask. After a nice little stroll, we stopped at the coffee shop, got my first to-go coffee in a long time, which was obviously amazing, and Miles and I split a bagel, meaning that Miles ate most of the bagel and I had like a little piece because my child loves bagels. And then we just headed home for a little more playtime outside. I used this outside time to squeeze in 10 minutes of training with Olive. We're doing just a little bit of basic obedience with her. I find it's helpful to find little pockets of time with my time with Miles where I can squeeze in other work. For example, doing the dishwasher during his breakfast or training Olive when we're having outside play. And then I just stick with it. Like breakfast is always dishwasher time and outside play is always time to train Olive. And it just helps them become little habits that I do every day that helps make sure I'm getting other tasks I need to get done.
Sit. Yes, good girl. Good girl, Olive.
So I wanted to film this as sort of like a morning vlog, but sort of a routine, sharing kind of like some of the ways that I find ways to be productive. Now I do have an entire video, which is my productive morning habits, which I'll link below, which is like more of like a listed video where I really go through each one of the sort of different hacks and tips that I use for a more productive morning. But I wanted this one to be more like vlog style, but I kind of wanted to share with you something that we've been doing because quarantine has definitely changed up our routine. I think I mentioned earlier in the video that today was one of Michael's sleep-in days. Now we never really had to do like sleep-in days before this because when we had Miles, I decided I wanted to be able to be home with him most of the time. So when he was born, I only went back to work 2 days a week. So I've always been the one who wakes up with him during weekdays because my husband still works a full-time job. Then if I need to sleep in on the weekends, like if I'm tired or whatever, I would just ask Michael and he would wake up with Miles on a weekend day. When quarantine happened, my husband still is working full-time, and because I work for myself, I essentially just sort of took over doing full-time watching Miles, which obviously is totally fine, except I haven't had the time that I need to continue to run my business. So anyways, that's definitely a tip. Like if there is a place in your life that you realize you're not managing the time well, or you're not being productive, like evaluate it and see if there's a way that you can do it different. So it may be that you find some time to wake up early in the morning if you're not doing that. Maybe you and your husband decide that like 2 nights a week after the kids go to bed, you know, you get stuff done around the house together. Or even if you don't have kids, like 2 days a week after dinner, you say, okay, after dinner on Tuesdays and Thursdays, always, we do housework. Or always Wednesday night, we, you know, work on our whatever side hustle. You know, for Michael and I, definitely it's all about communication. So it was about me identifying that I was not doing well managing what I needed to get managed, and then talking with Michael and finding what would work. So during quarantine, what we've been doing is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Michael wakes up when I wake up, and he takes Miles for about 2 hours before he logs into work around 8:30, so that I have time to work. For me, it's about having it scheduled in. Like Michael and I know Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, those are the mornings that he's gonna get up with Miles. Those are the mornings I'm gonna get my work done. I can schedule it in, you know, I know that it's coming. So it's really about, you know, like scheduling that time in and being super specific about when it's gonna happen. All right, guys, I guess this is where I'll leave you for today since we are now having lunch, which I guess means the morning is over. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you all in my next video.